All right, everybody. Here I am, Uncle Ed. You know me, I don't go away that easy. So today I have a really great guest. I actually have two. So you get two for the price of one today. I have not only Melnora on the property and casualty side, but I also have Pablo Cortez who's going to talk to us a little bit about insurance. And I know what you're thinking, but Ed,
Mhm.
I'm never going to die. I know. I got it. You're going to live eternally. So you're the one exception that doesn't need insurance. I get it. But we're going to talk about it anyway, because guess what? I have bad news for you. This doesn't end well. You're going to die. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know when, but you are. So, on that note, let me first introduce, because it's always ladies first on the right Uncle Ed show. It's always going to be ladies first. So, the first thing is let us welcome Melnora. So, Melnora, thank you so much for taking the time to come and just, be part of this craziness. As you know, we're here to educate people, right? We're here to plant seeds of greatness in other people's lives. And of course, part of that is really people's finances. And part of that is insurance. Look, if you're driving, you legally have to have insurance on your car. But that's not the only insurance you should have. Look,
Mhm.
the reality is that insurance is getting cheaper. You know why, folks? Because medical technology. We are living longer. Look, I'm
Mhm.
109 years old. Look at me. I look pretty good, right? For 109, right? We're going to live a
Mhm.
long time. That's my plan. But because we're
Mhm.
living longer, we also have to plan. You don't want to die without a plan in place. So, on that note, and I know that you do also, you insure houses as well, correct, Melnora? Do you
Correct.
do? All
And
right. So,
business.
and businesses. So if you're a business owner, listen up here as well. So tell us what's going on in the insurance business right now, because obviously we've seen a lot of catastrophes like the LA fires. We had fires
Mhm.
up north. There's always seems to be fires all the time. And, it could be devastating. Look what happened in LA. Did anybody
Mhm.
see that coming 10 years ago that LA would
Right.
be devastated the way it was? It looked like a movie set, which ironically, that's where all the movies are made, right? But tell us about that.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, that definitely is a huge impact in the insurance markets. And because as much as we don't know, that a lot of our carriers, insurance carriers, are actually paying out money, right? So of course they have to get that money back that they lose. So unfortunately, whenever we have a catastrophic losses, it always impact everyone. Not just because it's in LA, it's only the LA side or territory. It's because it's wildfire, it's only in the California side. No, it affects everyone because every carrier will be paying for all of those claims that impacts everybody
Yeah.
else's rates.
No, that makes
So,
sense. So it is a myth, and it is therefore not true that insurance companies are not insuring anyone. Is that
insurance,
true? I mean, they are still writing policies, right? They're still covering people, because there's
they
a lot of
are.
people out there that think, well, there's nobody's writing insurance anymore. That's not true, is it?
That's not true. There is always a solution, right? That's why we have also the government
Yeah.
solution, which is the California Fair Plan.
Yeah.
And that's what it was intended to, that if they can't have any more carrier that will write them, that the California Fair Plan has to write them, right? To give them at least some coverage in terms of fire. And then there's another insurance that can go over that, excess over
Mm.
a California Fair Plan, which we call DIC, difference in condition. And that covers outside of what California Fair Plan can't write, which is the water damage, your business
Mm.
interruption or your, loss of use. Those are what the DIC can cover over the California Fair Plan. So there's always a solution. It's just a matter
Mm.
of, are you prepared for all of the increases, and have you budgeted correctly in terms of what could that potentially be, right? Because a lot of the rates right now are either tripled or four times what you normally pay. So you have to be
You have to
prepared for
budget
that.
for it.
You
Yeah.
have to budget for it to make sure that you are prepared to pay those increases.
And there's always alternative kind of carriers too, right? That are
Yeah.
outside of the norm too, that will insure, let's just call it greater risks.
Correct.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they're expensive. They're the
Yeah, I mean,
expensive part.
look, if
So
you
if
want
you're
leather in a
willing,
car, you're going to pay more
yes,
than the cloth seats. I mean,
correct.
look,
That's
let's be
correct.
realistic. That's just logic,
Yes,
right? But there are
yes.
solutions, is what you're saying.
There's solution. It's
Okay,
insurance is a financial risk transfer. It's one of the
100%.
financial risk transfer. So it can't be just the only solution for everything, right? So you can't say that insurance will cover me. So you have to know exactly what you're not being covered for so you can have a strategic plan outside of insurance.
Yeah. How often do you recommend that a person review their policies?
I would say at least annually. So, go out there, explore. It doesn't cost you anything to even explore an alternative. Don't be too comfortable with just the carrier that you're with or the broker that you're with, because there should be the one advocating for you and teaching you or guiding you to really know exactly what's going on in the market. And they should be responsible for actually giving you the what's out there, what's alternative, what's other solution has come up. Every year there's always something that comes up, new programs, new carriers
Oh,
come
that's good to
in.
know. Okay.
Yes, so every year you want to kind of explore because you want to see exactly what's out there, what's coming. And every catastrophic losses that we do have, new exclusions comes up, right? New coverage comes up. So you want to know that, hey, what is now being excluded? When we had the pandemic, now they came up with the communicable disease exclusion on every policy.
Oh, I
So
never heard
what
of
does
that.
that mean? What does that
Yeah.
not cover?
And how
So
does that affect you? Right.
how does that affect you? Yeah. So those are the things that your broker should be advocating for you, or at least educating
Excellent.
you on what those
Okay.
forms are.
And by the way, if they're not, you better call her like now,
I'm
like stop
here.
watching this video, kind of
There
go
you go.
call her now, right? No, because
There you
here's the
go.
truth. Look,
Hmm.
there's a million insurance people, there's 10 million mortgage people, there's 50 million realtors, there's 90 million,
Hmm.
financial planners and life insurance. But here's the thing, I don't care. Do you have the right ones? Just
Hmm.
because you know people doesn't know that you know the right people.
Right, people.
That's what I'm talking about. So, on that note, Melnora, how do they get a hold of you?
Sure, you can contact me at this number and email me. I'm on social media as well.
Tell us what the
On
number is because they
LinkedIn.
don't see you. They don't see
Yeah.
your information.
Yep. Call me at 510-693-3904. Mcruz at washcarter.com.
Walsh Carter, and that's WALSHCARTER.com,
T-E-R.
correct?
That's
Awesome.
correct.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for the information because, hey, I learned something new and I thought I knew a lot about insurance. We're always learning. Thank you very
Thank
much. So,
you. Thank
Pablo,
you.
talk to us about life insurance, man, because it's one of those things, right? It's not terribly sexy. And people, for some reason, equate life insurance with if I buy it, then I'm going to die right now. Right.
Mhm.
So, let's talk about life insurance, where we're at with it in 2025.
Yes, it's one of those things where we're seeing a lot of creativity, a lot of collaboration as well. So it's like the IUL, Index Universal Life. It's pretty flexible. What people are utilizing it for is becoming very interesting. So when people think of life insurance, they think of somebody passing away,
Yeah.
and then their family gets the money, and you'll never be able to see it. You'll never be able to touch it. You'll never be able to utilize it. But what some people are doing is utilizing the IUL to create a retirement plan
Hmm.
that's going to give you tax-free income.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
have like what they call a living benefit.
Yeah. Yeah, we have living benefits, and there's other things that people are doing. They're using it for mortgage acceleration. So instead
Oh,
of sending extra money to the bank, where if anything happens to you, the bank is going to give you no leeway. You can send to the life insurance policy, where if you do get in an accident, you get a critical illness, critical injury, and you can't make those mortgage payments, well, you can take a loan tax free from the IUL. What we've also
okay.
been hearing is ideas and thoughts of people from, like, let's say the Palisades fires, where they do get that check from the insurance, but it might be take a couple of years to rebuild their house. Where are they going to store that money? Well, they're sending it to the IUL, where it's going to grow tax free. And then when they are ready and able to build, they will be able to utilize that. So there's a
That's
lot of
brilliant.
interesting things that are happening, and a lot of collaboration from people from different industries that are coming together to utilize these life insurance policies.
Well, it's interesting how time has created so many very creative solutions to everyday life problems. And look, the creativity is not just in AI, folks, and in technology. There's creativity and innovation happening in a lot of industries. Look, we talked about insurance on both sides, right? Insuring assets and then insuring yourself, and how your insurance policy can actually become a living benefit that you can benefit from while you're alive. It doesn't have to be just an instrument that when you die, somebody gets the money tax free. I just find that fascinating and, quite frankly, very encouraging and very positive and happy news. Right. So, Pablo, how do people get a hold of you to talk about some of these amazing strategies?
Yeah, you could always call me, text me at 415-272-8499. You could also reach me at Ramirez_Pablo at nlgroupmail.com.
nlgroupmail.com. Okay, awesome. Well, you heard it here first, everybody. Contact them because number one, they don't bite. Number two, they're not cheesy salespeople, that are giving you these kind of snake oil lines. That's not who I align myself with. And then number three, you have the possibility to really start getting your finances in order, not tomorrow, not next week, like right now. Now's the time because none of us, we're all on borrowed time. Let's be honest, right? We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And as you know, change is happening not only all the time, but like right now. So
Yeah.
let's get our acts in order. Let's come together. Let's make a difference and let's help us improve your life
Yes.
because now's the time. Thank you both for showing up. And again, hopefully we reached at least a couple of people that had some aha moments and we'll take it from there. Thank you, everybody. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day. Take care.
Thank you.